Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Changed it up, eh? Welcome to Whitby, where the Ravens are set to take on the Whitby Hornets. The Oakville Hornets. Ravens now just starting off here. We're trying to get some of our live feed working. You're joining us with 10 minutes and 57 seconds left in the first period. They started at 12 minutes, so apologies, you missed a minute. The score is 0-0, but the play is in the Hornets' end. It's going to be just in front of the goalie to the left side. Face-off won by the Hornets. They're going to put it back to the blue line, and Macy holds it. She fires it back in now onto a Whitby stick, and they get it out to the neutral zone. From the neutral zone, it's back at around the defender. Now Macy has it. Macy puts it to the middle, and the Ravens get it out into the neutral zone. It comes back to Sear. Now just around David as the Hornets go to the outside. Hornets from the outside put it up backhand towards the net. It goes wide, and now off the wall and out to the top of his point. It goes D to D, and now from there, a shot into the slot back door. Babcock's there, and a save is made. Macy picks it up, and she puts it off the glass and down the ice. Cabana gives chase. Cabana turns the other way as she goes for a change. No ice on the play as the Hornets pick it up. Hornets now go up with a stretch pass. It comes into the Ravens zone. Morin watching her player as the Ravens get control of it, and now the Ravens with some room. Their stretch pass by Tran comes back to her as she works her way into the middle of the ice, down into the Hornets' end. From the corner, Tran tries to go back to wing. That gets onto the stick of one of the Hornets. And now Tran unable to turn it over as the puck changes hands a couple times to the neutral zone. Now Sear has to be careful as she gets her stick checked. Both players going into the corner, and now a penalty to be called against Sear as there's a bit of a body check in the corner, and the Hornets get control of it. Hornets lose a handle on it. The Ravens touch up, and body check is the call as the Ravens go to the penalty kill for the first time of this game. 9 minutes and 31 seconds remains in the first period. We're tied at 0. Here goes the box. Tran comes out to take the face off. We got Amadei and Nishi out there for the defense penalty killers. Puck comes back to the blue line, and now they try to cycle it back to the top of the circle. Tran interrupts that one, and now the Hornets take it down low. Hornets from down behind their goal line try to take it out into a scoring area. It gets in behind the player, and now Ring gets taken down, but Tran with some speed, she's going to come in short-handed. Tran working her way to a backhand. Her shot saved by the goaltender. And now a penalty coming up, and it's going to be against the Hornets. Interference is the call, and now it's 4-on-4. Nine minutes and 10 seconds remains in the first period, 4-on-4. The timekeeper put a goal up on the clock, but that didn't happen, so they'll have to clean that up. Now they clean that up, and they got to get the penalty on the clock for the home team. That goes on, we're good to go. Miguel to take the face off. Puck drop, face off. Won by Miguel back to Hamadeh at the blue line. Hamadeh walks in, she takes a shot, that hits a body in front, and now the Hornets have it. Hornets with a backhand in the neutral zone. It bounces over everybody's stick. And back to pick that up is Nishi. Nishi out to the wall and into the neutral zone. Hornets with it. They're going to put it into the Ravens zone, walking in on the near side. Now on the outside, they're going to try to cut in. The Ravens are down that, and they take it back in behind the net. Miguel chips it past the first player, now out to the blue line, but walking through the blue, a shot right on, saved by Babcock, and she's going to hold on to that one. With 8 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the first period, we're tied at 0. A minute 7 seconds remains in the penalty to the Ravens. Puck comes to this slot, shot right on, saved by Babcock, rebound high over the net. From behind the net, Macy gets control of it briefly, and now comes back to Macy. Macy with a couple of moves now. She gets chased out from behind the net after a couple of stutter steps. She's going to skate up ice. She's getting a back checker on her, but gets in and puts it down deep in the zone. Kay overskates it there as the Hornets get it out in the neutral zone. They're going to put it across the near side for Macy. Macy puts it. Apologies if we lost connection there on our microphones for a second. Play's going to come down to the left side of Babcock, deep in the Raven zone. Sear takes the face off. She wins it cleanly. Ravens get it down up ice. And the Ravens are now 5-on-4 for 20 seconds. Power play comes in. They interrupt the pass. It gets up the wall low, and now the Ravens are going to have to collect it back in their own zone. Hamadeh with it. Hamadeh with a centering pass. She leaves that for Hernandez. Hernandez loses her footing, and now it comes down the near side short-handed. We're 5-on-5 now as the brief penalty expires. Now a pass out front, picked up by Hernandez. Hernandez goes out to the wall on the outside. She puts it forward for Tran. Tran working her way up ice. Now the play turns back, and now the Hornets work their way in. Hornets shot on. Up, and it gets on the stick of Hernandez. Hernandez for Cabana. Cabana puts it back down ice, and she goes for a change. From behind the goal line, play turns back the other way on a Hornet stick. It's going to get it fired up ice. Babcock gets control of that. She just leaves it behind her net. Now Hornets, short side, out to the slot. Wing picks that up, and Wing gets it out to the neutral zone. Wing gets it pulled off her stick. It's on the stick of the Hornets, and the Hornets walk their way in. Shot towards the net, hits the defender, and now picked up there by Sear. Battle in the corner. It comes back out into a scoring position. Not much on that shot, though, as it goes in behind the net, wider than that. Now back center to the high point. From the point, shot, hits a body in front. Now it gets put back. Picked up now by Wing. The basket to Wing, and Wing picks it back up, and she's going to carry it down the near side. She gets it deep. The first one there is one of the Hornets. They get it around ice, and now they're working on their breakout. They're going to fire it up ice, and that's going to get on the stick of the Ravens here. She's going to put it forward for Wing. Wing going to handle that one cleanly. Now on the Morin stick. Morin for Miguel, and Miguel works her way up ice. She hits center ice and fires it deep, but she's well looking for a change. For Tran. Tran looks forward for her sister, and now gets Tran back at the blue line. Tran offside, Fox not to touch it, and the Hornets come up the far side. Hornets, three abreast, come across the blue line. Day comes back out. Day with a control on it. Now there's going to be a penalty coming up. Penalty is going to be called. It's going to be against the Hornets for holding. 5 minutes remains in the first period as the Ravens go to the power play. David, Kate, Tran are going to be the power play unit. Right players on the ice here. Face-off's going to be in the Hornet zone. Circle as they go on to the middle now. Face-off won by the Hornets. It gets into the field. Seal now trying to work her way to put it behind the net. Kay loses the lead. Play continues as the puck goes over into the corner. Puck comes back out to the middle. He gets past David. David back after her. She's being chased. David comes around behind her own net. She's going to put it over for Macy. Macy's going to backhand it forward for Tran. Tran with it on his stick. It goes high in the air for her sister. Now picked up there by one of the Hornets. Hornets fire it back in. Babcock holds on to that. Puts it back out for David. David now passes it forward for Tran. Tran with a quick move there to get it past the first player. And now gets it back into the Raven zone. Back after it is Macy. Macy with it on her stick. Macy being watched. She backhands it around the player. Gets some help now for Tran. Tran forward for David. David loses the handle, and now the play goes down in behind the Ravens net. From behind the net, it comes back out to the point. From the point, the play comes into the neutral zone, and now back into the Ravens end. Walking in for Ravens zone. There's a shot right on. Babcock's going to hold on to that one. And the Ravens get a change. 46 seconds remaining in the power play. Face-off's going to be the right side of Babcock. Amadei out there with Miguel, Sear, McDonald, and the play continues out the far side. Miguel with it on her stick. Miguel being checked. She fires it back in. Sear put some speed to go pick it up behind the net. A little bit of a interference there, and now the play comes over to the near side. Miguel puts it back to blue line. Amadei with a shot high and wide. It goes out the far side. McDonald unable to get that one. The play comes out to the neutral zone. McDonald's going to pick that up. And now she works her way up the middle. McDonald with a couple of moves. The backhand saved by the goaltender. Rebound clear to the outside. Amadei with a shot this time on. Get on a piece of that one. She's going to put it towards the net. Careful as the player coming out of the box. Yeah, gets a stick on that one and puts it back in. It's a player was in the dangerous zone there. Hornets with it. They come down the near side. Ravens keep them to the outside. Hornets on net now. They look to go around, loop it around the top of this point, and now a shot towards the net. Play continues as the player falls down. She tips it kind of towards the net. Now, Ravens get it out to the neutral zone. Play comes back down into the Ravens zone. I think icing's going to be called on that one with 2 minutes and 16 seconds remaining into the first period. We're tied at 0. Hernandez to take the face off for the Ravens. Hernandez wins that one, but it goes right onto the stick of the Hornets. The Hornets chip it past the defender more, and now they do not get past Sear. Sear gets a stick on that. Morin battling for it. Now it comes into a shooting position. Blocked there by Sear. Sear makes sure the shot doesn't get through to the net. Her pass forward to Cabana doesn't get there. Morin with it now. Morin looking up ice. She's going to chip it out to the neutral zone. It turns over for Pasquette. Pasquette unable, stumbles a bit on the blue line there as the play comes over to the near side, and now the Hornets lose a handle on it as Cabana has a little bit of room. Cabana fires it in, and now she's going to go for a change. Pasquette walking in, she puts some pressure on. That causes a little bit of mayhem in the zone, and now it gets cleared off the ice and down. Morin in a foot race for it as the Hornets work their way to the net. Babcock makes the first save, and the rebound goes in the back of the net. As the Ravens go down by 1 with 1:07 remaining in the first period. Tran out to take the face off here. She's got her sister on the right side and Wing on the left side. Macy and David back on the blue line. Face off won by the Ravens. Macy, or sorry, that's David, puts it down nice. Now gets reversed onto the Ravens stick. Ravens with it, shot right on. Saved by the goaltender, and now the Ravens unable to get a stick on that. It goes back to the blue line, but the Ravens unable to handle out or step up on that one. It gets chipped past David. Macy has to go pick it up. Macy has some players on her. She's going to double back with 40 seconds remaining. Macy with a whole bunch of moves there. Now she's going to sauce that across the zone and look for Wing. Wing has a partial break. Wing walking her way in. Wing can't get a shot off, and she gets taken down. Play continues as the Hornets get around the other side and work their ice. Hornets fire it in with 21.5 seconds remaining in the period. Macy's the first one there. She chips it up off the wall looking for Wing. Wing tries to put it into the neutral zone. Sear looks forward for Tran. Tran. We're gonna have a flood here, so you can join us back in about 10 minutes. No, I wouldn't think so. I would think so. Welcome back as we get set to start the second period. 15 minutes is on the clock as the players make their way back out on the ice after the flood. Babcock is at her end of the ice. We have McDonald and Miguel. Cyril, Amade, and Hernandez out there. Score is 1-0. Away we go. The play comes over to the near side. From the near side, the Hornets push it down into the Ravens zone. Hornets walking from the outside. Hornets with a shot. Babcock makes a great blocker save as the puck goes over into the corner. From the far side, the battle ensues as the Ravens now get it dug out. It comes to the shooting position, block up front, and now Miguel has it on her stick. Miguel working her way up ice on the far side. Miguel now just chips it and chases it as it goes in around the net. From behind the net, the Ravens unable to get a handle on that on the clean ice. And Vasquez steps out of the players' bench, gets a stick on that, and now the puck comes back into the middle, and the Hornets bring it up ice. Hornets to the outside. Now walking their way in, they're going to drop it back to the top of the circle. Pick up bounces in and around and underneath. Babcock who holds on to that one. We get a stoppage and play with 14:02 remaining in the second period. Ravens down by 1. Play continues. A shot saved by Babcock. It goes out to the wall and back into the near side. From the near side, play goes down into the middle here. Now picked up by Basquet. Basquet has it on her stick. She puts it towards the net. Her shot gets blocked a little bit there. So now the outside, from the outside into the corner, not behind the net. From behind the net, it's corner on the far side. Blue line, and now down into the Ravens zone as it comes the length of the ice on the play. The short side that comes right out front. Now the Ravens able to clear it out to the top of the circles where the Hornets take a shot blocked there by Basquet. Cabana with it on her stick. She's going to fire it up ice. Now the play continues as there's no ice on that one either. The puck brings its way across the blue line. It back into the neutral zone, and now it gets chipped past David. David gets some help from Wing. Wing puts it back for Macy. Macy's going to fire it hard off the wall, and Tran gets it on her stick. It comes off Tran's stick, but over on the Wing stick. Wing back looking for Tran. Tran can't get a stick on that one as she had 3 players hanging on her. Puck comes over on the near side as the Hornets have going up. Gets to the neutral zone before Tran gets a stick on it. Turns it back briefly. Now on the Sears stick. Sear with it. Sear looking for Wing. Wing picks it up. Wing lets it go around to the outside. She walks around the first. Now the Hornets come around to the near side of it. Hornets put it on their stick. They're going to pull it off the wall. Now comes across ice. Wing picks that up. Wing now tries to tuck the middle. Her stick gets checked. Goes back to Wing. Wing chips it back. The play continues behind the Hornets net. Puck comes back up ice, and now we have a 2-on-1 the other way. Play out to the outside, and now a shot. Saved by Babcock. Now a rebound. Saved by Babcock. And the play comes back to the blue line. From the blue line, it goes back in behind the Ravens net. Morin can't get there as it comes back to the near side shot. Babcock makes that save, and it goes over to the far side. Hornets with it now on the outside. Down below, Morin battling for it, and the net is off, so the whistle goes, and we stop and play. With 13:09 remaining in the second period, Ravens is down by 1. Faceoff's going to be the right side of Babcock. Miguel to take the face-off. Ref having a conversation with both coaches. All right, getting set to start here now. Puck is dropped, face off won by the Hornets. They take it to the outside, now shoot it towards the net. It goes behind the net and over to the near side. From the near side, into the corner, down low. Now back to the half wall. From half wall, back down low. From behind the net. Miguel puts it in, looking to go around the other way. Amade comes out. Now gets reversed around, looking for Nishi. Picked up by the Hornets. They try to go back to the blue line, and now they get it out into the Ravens. Get it out into the neutral zone. Kay with speed as she puts some pressure on. Puck back out to the neutral zone, and now the Hornets come back into the Ravens zone. It's going to go in behind the net. Nishi's going to be the first one there. Nishi did it on her stick. She tries to backhand reverse it. Now it ends up on Miguel's stick. Miguel cuts to the outside and now gets it out to the neutral zone. It comes up back to Kay. Kay looking for Miguel. Pushes it back into the zone, into the opposing team zone, and now it gets deep. Ravens touch up and go for a change. Play comes back up ice. It gets past all the players and down into the Ravens zone. Nishi in after with some help from Amade, now to the side of the net. Nishi puts it back behind the player, and now it gets put around to the far side. The Ravens unable to clear it out, though, as it stays in. Now it comes over to the near side. Nishi with lots of room. She's going to come up ice. She gets it into the neutral zone. It gets the bat. Now knocked down by Cabana. And then onto the stick of the Hornets as they carry it in. Hornets with a drop play. They put it towards the net. Amade forward for McDonald. And McDonald backhands it forward across with Cabana. Cabana can't get there first, and the play continues back in behind the Ravens net. Babcock leaves out as it comes in behind her net. Goes over to the corner, and from the corner comes back around the near side as McDonald's the first one there. She tries to put it off the wall. Now walking into a dangerous position. There's a shot saved by Babcock, who rolls onto that one. 10:44 remains in the second period. 1-0 is the score. Face off to the left side of Babcock, deep in the Raven zone. Trying to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Hornets. It goes across ice, and then they hold it in down low on the stick of Macy. Macy tries to go across seam, and it ends up on the stick of one of the Hornets, and Babcock makes the save and holds on to that. Whistle goes, and the Ravens clear the crease. Now Basquet's getting warned about coming in. She's just saying, well, they shouldn't be attacking my goaltender. And the face-off will go to the right side of Babcock's net. Trying to take the face-off. Puck drop. Face-off won by the Ravens. Macy picks it up. Macy comes around, and she's going to backhand that forward looking for Basquet. Basquet with it on her stick. She's going to try and put it out. It hits a body and now stays in the zone. David can't get it out now on the stick of one of the toe drag there. Now a shot and it beats Babcock as the Ravens go down by 2. With 10:16 remaining in the second period. Tran, Basquet, and Wing stay on for the Ravens. Forwards. Morin and Sear are the defenders coming out for this pushback shift. Puck is dropped. Face off won out by the Hornets. Hornets carry to the outside. Now fire it in. Morin with it on her stick. She tries to put it off the wall, and that's blocked off as it's sealed off by the Hornets. The Hornets center it back out to the high slot, and a shot over the net. Morin with it. Morin off the wall looking for Wing. Wing puts it down ice, and I think we're going to have icing on the play. With 9:54 remaining in the second period, Ravens down 2-0. Face-off is going to be to the right side of Babcock, deep in the zone. Sear takes the face-off. Puck is dropped. Face-off won cleanly by Sear. It gets on the Morin stick. Morin goes in behind the net. She gets her stick lifted, and now the play comes back out to the side of the net. Ravens push it over to the corner, and now with it is Kay. Kay backhands it forward, but doesn't get it out of the zone, and now the Hornets walking in with it. Hornets cutting to the middle, and the Ravens get a stick on that and back to the neutral zone. Sear gives chase as the Ravens, and now gets it on the stick. Kay's going to pick it up. Kay puts it back in the middle, and now a shot saved by the goaltender, and she's going to hold on to that one. Sear's on the doorstep. Face off the left side of the Hornets goaltender, deep in the Hornets zone. Sear takes face up drop, face off. Sear for Morin with a shot forward. The Ravens battling right in front of their bench. Now comes back out. Ravens hold it in. Sear puts it back in her own bench, and the play will stay inside as the Ravens go for a change. 9:06 remains in the second period. Yellow takes the face off. She brings that one cleanly. Ravens with a couple of moves and now a backhand just wide of the net. McDonald puts it back in front. It's going to come over to Sears. So Amade stands on her shot. It goes to Cabana. Cabana trying to push it forward. Comes to the side of the net for McDonald. McDonald tries to spin and fire. It goes wide of the net. Now back to the blue line. Amade holds it in. Play continues. Amade gets it on her glove, but she can't hold it in this time. Now she has to back into her own zone. She fires it up ice, and now it comes back towards her. She's going to have a little bit of room as the player has to touch up. Now the play onto Cabana's stick in her own zone. Cabana looking to get it out to the neutral zone. And she did as offsides call the linesman right on the blue line. And the Ravens go for a change. 8:26 remains in the second period. Face off just outside the Ravens zone. I'll take the face off as Hernandez. She's got wing and basket with her. Ravens win that one cleanly. Amade back to pick that up. She's going to retreat back behind her own net. Now she comes around the near side looking for Basket. Basket has it on her stick. She's going to advance it forward all the way down the ice, and we're going to have icing on the play. It's going to be down to the left side of Babcock after with 8 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the second period. Face off one by Hernandez. Picked up though by the Hornets. Hornets from behind the net. They're going to carry it down low. Now back to the blue line. From the blue line they walk. They shot. It's going to be tipped wide by the Hornet player in front. From behind the net they walk their way back out. Now pass back out to the point. Walking the point and go D to D. It's going to come back over to the near side. From the near side a shot tipped. Babcock gets a piece of that one. Now a shot again. It's going to go in behind the net this time. Hornets battling on the wall. Ravens unable to advance it. Now into the middle. A shot right on. Saved by Babcock. Rebound bounces around the slot. Babcock gets a hold of it. Wears a couple of sticks. But gets a whistle with 7:34 remaining in the second period. She stops the play and the Ravens go for a change. Trying out, take the face up. Puck is dropped, face off one by the Ravens. Now turned over and shot. I think it was over the net. They tried to go high blocker on Babcock, but missed the net. Now the play comes forward. Kay walking her way up the ice. Kay now tries to center it. It hits the body and goes just wide of the net. From behind the net, Hornets come up ice 2-on-1. David back. The centering pass, and now a move, and it comes to the side of the net. Babcock makes a save and dives on top of that. And David protects her goalie and wears a cross check, and the play face off goes to the right side of Babcock. Sear and Morin come on for the defensive pairing. Tran out there to take the face off. Face off one there by the Ravens. Now on the stick of Morin. Morin comes over to Kay. Kay worked with it on her stick. Kay with a little bit of room. She tries to chip it. That's stopped. Now comes back to her. They're saying she's offside. As the whistle goes, 6:56 remains in the period. Trans sets up for a face-off. One there by the Hornets. Hornets fired over to the far side. Now they try to chip around Sear. Sear has none of that. Now it's the linesman holds it in. Sear with it on her stick. Now it hits a player on the wall, and it's going to be a face-off inside the zone. With 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the second period, Ravens down 2-0. Miguel will take face off. Face off. One forward by Miguel. Sear forces the play up to the neutral zone. Skating with it now is McDonald. McDonald tries to center it. That comes back out front now onto the stick of the Ravens defender, Morin. She puts it towards the net. Picked up by the defender for the Hornets, and the Hornets put it up ice. Hornets on the outside, now back in. It's a 2-on-1, but the Ravens back checking on that. Center attempt, stopped by the Ravens, and now McDonald gets it up ice. No ice on the play as Miguel gives chase. Picked up by the Hornets defender. She's going to come off the wall. Play red, but the Ravens unable to stop it. Well, they get the control of the puck. Now we have the Ravens working their way up ice. It gets just behind McDonald in the Hornets zone. Ravens come off the wall or off the bench, unable to get clean handle on it. And now it comes out to the neutral zone. Sear comes over to the near side looking for Hernandez. Hernandez gets a stick on that, but it ends up in the feet of the defensive team defender. Now the play over to the far side. Play in the corner, now comes in behind the net. Hornets with it, and a little bit of room. They're going to wire it out down ice. I think we're going to have icing on that one. The whistle goes, and the clock stops with 5 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the second period. Hernandez out, take the face-off. Puck is dropped and ends up on the stick of one of the Hornets. They can't get past Amadei. Now a shot right on though, but Babcock makes a save and the rebound goes wide of the net. Play continues as the puck comes into the slot. Now a shot from the slot. Babcock makes that save. Play comes over to the wall and now back to the point. From the point, shot through traffic wide of the net. It goes over to the far side. Cabana steps in, but they get past her, and now they put it back down low. Amadei with it. Amadei tries to clear it. She fans on that, and the puck comes into the slot. Ravens unable to get control of this. Their sticks are checked. And now a shot through traffic. Basket. Now the puck comes back to the wall on the near side. That comes in to help out. Last left, just goal. Now the play comes out. Cabana has it on her stick. She retreats back in behind her own net. She's going to try and go up the wall on the far side. That play is read by the Hornets, and now the Ravens have control of it. Ravens put it back up ice. No icing on the play as Basquet's in a foot race for it. Basquet protects herself as the puck comes in behind the net. Now it comes over to the near side on the stick of one of the Hornets. Hornets cut to the middle, and now a pass to the player in the middle, and now it comes across into the Ravens zone. Play comes back on the other side. David goes forward looking for Wing. Wing unable, gets it stick checked off her stick. And now the Ravens have to patch up as they're offside. It comes back to David. David forward for Tran. Tran loses a handle on that. Hornets carried into their own zone, and now the Ravens put pressure on it. Gets out to the neutral zone, and David tries to go to some open ice in the middle. That gets onto the stick of one of the Hornets. Hornets put it back into the Ravens zone, and now the Ravens have some room. David puts it forward looking for Tran. Tran gets it on her stick now. Tran with a shot towards the net. That's blocked over to the wall. Wing wears a check. Play continues as the bodies fly, and the puck gets in underneath of them. Hornets with it. They go up the wall on the far side, and now they're stretching out the play. They catch the pass. Onside it says, and now walking their way in. They try to... Babcock makes the save there as their short side shot comes somehow to the net. And now the Ravens have it. Macy with it on her stick. Macy doubles back as she's looking for some open ice. She's going to go D to D, and now it comes up to the near side for Wing. Wing chips it in, and now she gets chased. Wing wears another check. Play continues. Now to the side of the net. Tran puts it towards the net. Ravens unable to get a shot off though as it walks around the blue paint, and now the goaltender covers up. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remains in the second period. Ravens down by 2. Miguel to take the face off for the Ravens. Face off one, back to the blue line. Sear's going to shoot it towards the net. It gets into some feet and now onto the stick of Sear, and she backhands it forward. It goes just past the net, now back out front and cleared out by the Hornets. Hornets are going to carry it up ice. They carry it out to the outside. Sear pushes them to play back in behind her own net. Now she takes it over. She's got control on the puck. She cuts to the outside. Now she wears a couple of sticks but gets it deep. Sear continues forward through the checkers. And now the play gets reversed. Ravens now pull this puck off of the player and drop it behind the net. Kay with it. Kay from behind the net. She tries to center it out front. That hits a body. Now Miguel working it from the corner. Back to Morin at the blue line. Morin walking the blue. Goes D to D. Sear with it. Sear with a shot towards the net. It gets tipped just wide near side. Now a battle from behind the net. Onto the stick of one of the Hornets. And the Hornets are going to go off the wall and up the ice. They get to the blue line before the Ravens get control of it. Sear gets it on her stick and puts it back in the zone. And now the Hornets try to pick up some speed coming out of their zone. They cut to the middle, and now they have some open ice. Body. Good back check there by Hernandez to pick up the stick check the girl. Now the play comes out to the neutral zone. Hernandez with it on her stick. Hernandez wears a couple of sticks, but she can forces it down in the zone. Hernandez stops up now, puts it to the middle, looking for McDonald. McDonald unable to handle that one cleanly, and now the puck gets put back down into the Raven zone. Nishi back after it. Nishi stops up from on near side. She puts it around looking for McDonald. McDonald steps back. She's going to put it out to the neutral zone. It gets stopped there by one of the defenders. Now Cabana has a little bit of room. Cabana from the outside stops up, and now she chips it into an open wing. Amadei puts it towards the net. It goes high in the air and comes out the near side. Now from behind the net. Hernandez working it down low. She gets some help from Cabana. Cabana chases it into the corner and now comes back out with it. Cabana puts it towards the net. Shot. Stopped by the goaltender. Now Hernandez back in the corner. She tries to work it down low with Cabana. Cabana puts it back in traffic and now it comes back to the blue line. From the blue line, a shot towards the net. It gets tipped wide, and now McDonald with a shot right on, saved by the goaltender who holds on to that one. Now it comes over on the near side of the rebound, and we got a stoppage in play as the time expires in the second period. Shots on goal to this point. 24 for the Hornets, 14 for the Ravens. Ravens down by 2. Welcome back as we get set to start the third period. Coach AJ still going at it with his team, trying to explain to them a couple of new strategies to come out of this third period. All right, here we go. Babcock makes their way to the net, 15 minutes on the clock. Hernandez to take the face-off. Puck is dropped, one cleanly by the Hornets. The Hornets take it out the far side and now fire it in deep. Babcock leaves that. It's going to go around behind the net. Amadei with it on her stick. She goes up the wall. It gets past everybody and down ice. Hernandez gives chase as it's picked up by the Hornets defender. She goes high off the glass and it gets back out to the neutral zone. Now back for Sear. Sear goes across ice looking for McDonald. McDonald spins off with the puck and now in for Hernandez. Hernandez forward for Sear. Puck comes back to the blue line. Sear holds the blue. Now the puck comes back across over to the near side. Out into the neutral zone. Play continues as puck goes down, and now the Ravens are going to go on the penalty. As it's a holding call against the Richmond Ravens with 14 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the third period. Miguel makes her way to the box. Macy, Basquette, David, and Sear are the penalty killers. Face off. Let's go back off the wall on the short side and walk their way across. Long pass and now a shot right on. Saved by Babcock. Rebound. Basket gets it in the corner and she tries to eat it. She's going to actually down. Hornets now back out front. Babcock finds that and holds on to it. A minute 36 in the man advantage for the Hornets.
No smile from me.
Face off won by the Ravens and they fire it down ice. Here's some speed. Here now forward. Now she tries to drive the net, but held to the outside. Here now wearing two blacks in the corner down low. She kills off some precious time as the Hornets come out with it now. Across the zone. Neutral zone on the near side. In with it is the Hornets. Hornets into now. Backdoor play goes wide to the net. Off one of the Hornets hold it in. The Ravens get a stick on that as a play. Now Ravens unable to clear though as it goes to the blue line and now they're set up. David puts some pressure on deep in her own zone from behind the net. Now she's going to kill off a couple of seconds. Walking out with it though is the Hornets. The Hornets from the top of the circles on the far side. Basket pulls it off, pass off. And now she fires at the length of the ice and we get a full-scale line change for the penalty killing unit. Hernandez, Cabana, Amadei, and Nishi as the puck goes towards the net. Babcock holds on to that one. And we get a stoppage in play deep in the Raven zone. 12 seconds remains in the penalty to the Richmond Ravens. Hernandez to take the face-off. She wins it cleanly. They get shot up the wall, but sealed off. From the blue line, there's going to be a shot towards the net. It hits a whole bunch of bodies and goes well wide. Cabana has a little bit of open ice. Cabana's going to fire it down ice as the penalty expires, and Miguel comes on the ice. Miguel comes out, she gets it in her feet, and now goes up off the wall, and there's going to be a 2-on-1 the other way. Ravens pass across, stopped there by Amadeus shot, right on, saved by Babcock. Now the puck comes back into the slot on the stick of Cabana. She can't handle it cleanly. Now shot wide of the net as it goes back towards the Ravens net. Puck goes it down in the corner, from the corner back the wall on the far side. Miguel gets control of it. She tries to pass it. Her stick gets lifted and the play comes back into the Raven zone. From the wall, a couple of moves and now a shot. Babcock makes that save and the puck goes high out of play off of her blocker. 11 minutes and 32 seconds remains in the game. Ravens down by 2. Face off to the right side of Babcock deep in the Raven zone. Trying to take the face off. Puck drop. Face off won by the Hornets. They take a shot on net. Babcock kicks that out to the corner and the play comes all the way down ice. Hornets go to pick it up in their own zone and now they come up the open wing. 2-on-2 they come in. Hornets working their way to the middle. Now pass over the face-off dot. They work it in down low and now it goes back to the wall, from the wall. Sear with it on his stick. He gets it out to the neutral zone and now the Ravens wing with it. Wing tries to chip it forward. It ends up getting to the corner down in the deep in the zone. Hornets push it forward and into the neutral zone, and now they come up ice. Hornets from the outside now. Their pass right on save. Blocked shot. And then the Ravens clear it to the outside. Tran unable to accept that pass as it gets picked up now by the Hornets. Hornets into a shooting position. Save made by Babcock. She can't cover it. Now she does, and we get a stoppage in play with 10:24 remaining in the third period. Is it dead again? Face off to the right side of Babcock. Ravens pick that up. Sear with it in her stick. Sear is going to carry it up ice to the outside. She gets stick checked, and the Ravens stop up. They're onside, though, and the play comes around behind the net. It goes over to the near side before the Hornets pick it up, and the Hornets reverse the play. Hornets off to reverse it again as the Ravens get chased, and now there's a tripping call against the Hornets behind the play with 10 minutes and 1 second remaining in the game. Ravens down 2-0. The power play ensues. David, Macy, Sear, Miguel, and Kay are out there for the Richmond Ravens. Miguel for the face-off. Face-off won by the Hornets. Hornets get it out to the neutral zone. Ravens unable to handle it cleanly, and now it comes in on the Macy stick. Macy, she reverses the play for Miguel. Miguel pulls it out of the air, and now Miguel to the outside. Miguel tries to carry it in. She loses a handle on it. Now it gets cleared out to the neutral zone where David picks it up. David has it. She's going to try and chip it in. She doesn't get all of that. Now it's going to come back up ice. It's going to come all the way down in behind the Ravens goal line. Macy's going to pick that up, and Macy stops up. Macy gets chased out from behind her net. Now she's going to double back. Macy with it on her stick, cuts to the middle. Macy working her way up. Macy gets it in, drops back, a shot blocked, and now the Hornets have it. Hornets fires back down ice. David back after it, and Babcock leaves it. It comes up the wall looking for Macy. Ravens off the bench. Now Tran has it. Tran across looking for Hernandez. Hernandez, she has to battle off a hit. She had some pressure on her. She puts it back for Tran. Tran back for Hernandez. Back to the blue line for Amadei. Amadei for Hernandez. Hernandez cross seam. Now a shot from the point. It doesn't get through as it hits some bodies in front and goes to the corner. Now Tran from down low. Hernandez with it. Back to Tran. Tran down low for Hernandez. Hernandez protects the puck back to the blue line. Now cross seam, D to D. Amadei with it. Amadei tries to go back door. That plays red, and now the puck comes back down into the Ravens zone. 21 seconds remains in the power play for the Richmond Ravens. Yet to get a shot on yet. Tran loses a handle on it. Now walking down was in the zone was the Hornets, and they get a shot on net. Babcock makes the save and holds on to that one. We got 12 seconds remaining in the power play for the Richmond Ravens. 8:13 remains in the period. Face-off stays in the Ravens zone. Miguel with the face-off. Face-off won by the Ravens. It's going to be picked up by Cabana. Cabana works her way up ice. She hits center ice and fires it deep, and the Ravens get chased. First one there, though, is a Hornet. Hornets cleared off the wall, and now back up ice, and we have a 2-on-1 from the other way. Walking their way in, a shot saved by Babcock. Now goes in around behind the net, from behind the net. The Hornets have it. Hornets try to pass it across. It blocked by the Ravens, but the Hornets pick it up again. Hornets put it towards the net. Babcock makes the save and holds on. 7 minutes and 42 seconds remains in the game. Ravens down by 2. Miguel to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Hornets. Hornets dropping the defender. They try to shoot it. That's blocked by the Ravens, and now Cabana puts it forward for Basquet. Basquet back for Cabana. Now Miguel picks it up. Miguel doesn't get past the defender, and now the Hornets come back up ice. It gets into the Ravens zone, and that's off the wall for Cabana from Morin. Cabana fires it deep as the play goes around to the far side. Hornets pick it up. They reverse the play around to the near side. Cabana's the first one in on it. Cabana stops up in the corner down low. Play continues. And then Cabana comes out with it. Cabana from behind the net. She centers it out front. Ravens Basket with a shot right on. Saved by the goaltender. Play stays alive, and now the goalie picks it up. But whistle goes, and the clock stops with 6 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the game. McDonald, Wing, and Sear out there for the forwards with Sear and Morin back on the blue line. Sear for the face-off, won by the Hornets comes back to the Hornets net, and now the Hornets come up ice with it. Hornets working their way in. This shot goes well wide of the net as Sear makes sure it comes from the well on the outside. Now the play comes around to Wing. Wing, she puts it into the neutral zone. Now play comes back the other way. Now back to Wing. Wing puts it into the Hornets zone. Hornets go off the wall. Wing picks it up again. Now she shoots it towards the net. The rebound was there, but McDonald couldn't get there. She had to get past one of the black jerseys. Sear puts it back deep, ends up in the feet of the linesman. Now the play comes across to the near side. Morin has to go back to pick that up. She's got some pressure on her. Morin from behind the net, wearing a couple of sticks. She comes up with some pressure on her, and now Sear with it. Sear cuts the middle, and the play continues as the Ravens get it up ice. Kay with a little bit of room. Kay with a sharp angle shot, saved by the goaltender who holds on to that one. 5 minutes, 52 seconds remains in the game. Ravens down by 2, and the faceoff will be to the right side of the Hornets goaltender. Play back to the blue line. David puts it towards the net. Kay can't get a stick on it because her stick was checked. Now Kay feathers it into the slot. Tran trying to get control of it now from behind the net. Tran stops up. Now Tran doubles back. Tran tries to put it into a scoring position, and it ends up in the feet of one of the Hornets, and the Hornets put it up ice. Nishi has to be careful as she has some pressure on her. Nishi puts it back in behind the net. Now she loses the handle on it. It comes right out front. Babcock's going to dive on top of that one. As David protects the puck. We got 5 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the game. Puck comes back to the blue line. A shot towards the blue line. Babcock makes the save as if she didn't see much of that as it came through traffic. Now passing through the zone. It goes out the far side. Tran with it on her stick. Tran trying to advance it forward. Now she gets some help. It gets to the blue line, but not out. Now a shot towards the net. Now it bounces around and over into the near side as it doesn't make its way to the net. Hornets with it. They go off the wall back to the blue line. On defender catches it on her backhand, goes D to D, and now a shot towards the net. It gets tipped wide. Now a shot from in the slot beats Babcock on the far side, and the Ravens go down by 3 with 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the game. Miguel to take the face-off. Face-off won by the Hornets. Ravens battling for it though, and they carry it into the zone. Now picked up by the Hornets to the outside. Ravens hold the blue line. Now Ravens forcing it forward. They take control of it. Hernandez with it. Hernandez dumps it back for Amadei. Amadei puts it over to an open wing. Miguel picks it up. Miguel looking for Hernandez. Now a shot from Cabana. Cabana hits the side of the net, and the play continues in behind the net. Now on the stick of the Ravens, Cabana puts it out front. A shot saved by the goaltender. Hornets put it up into the neutral zone. Amadei, she tries to fire it back in. It hits Miguel, and the offside is called against the Richmond Ravens with 4:03 remaining in the third period. Ravens down 3-0. Miguel to take the face-off. Face-off won by the Hornets, but the Hornets have to collect it in their own zone. They're going to fire it out of play as they try to go high off the glass, but it goes out of the rink. Face-off is going to be deep in the zone. Miguel goes to line up. She's got Cabana and Hernandez with her. Amadei and Sear back on the blue line. Face-off won by the Hornets. Hornets carry it in behind their net, and now backhanded around on the far side. From the far side, he gets reversed back in behind the net. And now the play goes to the middle, and the Hornets have a control of it through the neutral zone. Hornets into the Raven zone. Sear unable to clear as it hits a body. Cabana comes back to help. She gets it to the neutral zone. Now we'll play over to the far side. They're going to chip it into the Ravens zone. Sear has it on her stick from behind the net. Now I'll pass forward looking for Cabana, but that's going to come the length of the ice as the Ravens unable to handle that one cleanly. Play comes down into the Ravens zone as it comes off the back wall. Morin has it on her stick. Morin tries to pass it over for Basquette, but that gets held. Now the Ravens battle forward on the half wall. Precious time ticks down with the Ravens down 3 goals and 3 minutes remaining on the clock. Now back to the blue line. From the blue line, walking the blue, fan on the shot by the defender, and now the puck comes back in behind the Ravens goal line. From behind the net, it comes over to the near side. Stepping up on that is the defender. Now the play goes across the zone. Basquette's going to get there. Basquette puts it into the neutral zone. Now comes back into the Ravens zone. Pass across from McDonald. McDonald with it on her stick. She makes a couple of moves to go around the defender, and now she loses a handle on it as it comes down into the Ravens zone. Morin steps up on the play, and it gets by her. And now we have a 2-on-1 back the other way. Play comes in, and now a shot. Babcock makes the save. Play continues as the Hornets have control of it. Now the Ravens try to advance it forward. Back for David. David doubles back. She's going to stop up from behind the net. David cuts to the middle, and now with a little bit of room, works her way up ice. David cuts to the outside now. Gains center and puts it down ice as the Ravens go for a change. Minute 58 remains in the game. Babcock looking towards the net, or towards the bench to see if she's supposed to come off. The play continues through the neutral zone as David fires it deep and goes for a change. Amadei and Nishi coming out for the Ravens defenders as they work their way out to the top of the blue line, and the flat pass gets around the first defender. A play to the middle, and now a shot. Babcock makes a save, rebound. Front, Ravens clear to the outside. Play continues. Ravens unable to clear it out. Now Tran has it. Tran's going to work her way up the ice. Tran with a couple of moves, and now she chips it and chases it. Tran from behind the net. He gets double teamed and comes out with it. Tran still has it on her stick. Back from the blue line. Blue line. Ravens with a shot, hits a body and goes wide of the net. Now from behind the net, the Hornets put it in behind her to the near side. Hornets with it, off the wall. Held in there briefly by Amadei, and now back into the Ravens zone. Walking their way in with it, and a shot. Babcock makes the save. Play comes in behind the net, from behind the net, centering pass, point blank. Babcock makes that save. Hornets back to the blue line and out to the neutral zone. Play comes back into the Ravens zone. Amadei goes after it. She leaves it for Nishi. Nishi reverses the play over to the near side. Ravens or the Hornets read that. They put it back down low. Now put it back towards the net. Babcock just keeps the play alive as 15 seconds remains in the game. Wing unable to handle it cleanly. Now it comes back out to the point, a shot, and that goes in the back of the net as it beats Babcock top corner with 1.2 seconds remaining in the game. Ravens down 4-0. Miguel will take the face off. They're just saying run the clock. That's it. And we're going to call it good. Ravens lose that game 4-0. Join us tomorrow. Oh, shots on goal. 41 for the Oakville Hornets, 18 for the Richmond Ravens. Join us tomorrow when the Ravens are set to take on for the third game of this Heroes tournament.